What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, and I'm back at it again, bringing you 40 facts on the universe of Warhammer 40K. Now, before I dive into this Necron-themed video, I do want to say that I beat God of War, and the next thing in my video game list is none other than Warhammer 40K Deathwing. So, I had to go to 3 different stores to pick this bad boy up. The first one, I went to Walmart. They didn't have it. They didn't even know what the hell I was talking about when I asked them if maybe it was in the back or something like that. So no go there. And then I went to a GameStop, and yeah, they didn't have it there either. I think the guy said something like, yeah, we only received 4 or 5 copies. And it's only been a week since it's been out, so I was just surprised that they all sold that quick, which is cool, but 4 or 5 copies, really? And then the last place I went to was at another GameStop, and they had it. For some reason, they didn't have it out, for people to get the empty box and bring it up to the front. I had to ask the guy, I'm like, hey, do you have it? He's like, oh yeah, we got it, it's back here. I mean, why would it not be, accessible to all these other gamers and whatnot? It's, I don't know. Yeah, it's not mainstream or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like 40K is too catered to a certain demographic that maybe that's why they're like, oh yeah, I won't sell. We'll just leave it back here, or yeah, we won't order any copies. It's gonna put us, negative since they're spending money to buy it, and then nobody's purchasing it from that retailer. I'm getting too into it. I'm straying from the topic at hand. But yes, expect gameplay. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to cover it. I was thinking of maybe a walkthrough or a let's play kind of series. But we'll see what I end up doing with it. I am looking forward to purge the Tyranids. A buddy of ours plays Tyranids, so it'll be my revenge to him. But today we are talking about the awesome Necron warriors that are essentially the bodyguards to the Necron lords, and they are the Lychguard. These dudes are hands down one of the most menacing looking Necrons in the entirety of the Necron models. They just look so beasts with that massive, awesome shield. It just looks awesome. And yeah, so I've blabbed on long enough, so let's talk about the Lychguard. And yes, if you guys just want to skip forward, video starts at 3 minutes. So, the Lychguard are extremely loyal, and they are supposedly incorruptible and highly dedicated to their cause. Now, because of this is essentially saying that they're unable to fall under the curse of the Flayed Ones. Also, when they're in their sleep mode and stasis or whatever, other Necron lords can't come in there and rewrite their data or their biotransference process that made them into these skeletal warriors. So that's pretty cool. Now, to continue on, while most Necrons wear a basic suit of living metal armor, the Lychguard wear huge battle suits of ancient armor, which are normally reserved for nobility. Now, this is because it better enables them to protect themselves from incoming fire, strong weaponry, and in the heart of battle, this is really important. It allows them to keep much of their original personality. Since they are going to be protecting the lords and nobility, they have to kind of give a little bit of individuality to them, because if they're just automatrons, they're going to get hit by impressive tactics from Space Marines. They won't be able to adapt fast enough to combat whatever's coming at them. So they are basically on lieutenant level, or sometimes even just slightly below Necron Lord or Overlord level when they're in battle. When it comes to weaponry, most Lychguards are equipped with the heavy but almost unstoppable War Scythe. Some of them also have a smaller weapon, which is called a Hyperphase Sword, and a Dispersion Shield, which, in my opinion, that just looks more badass. Now, this is usually due to the influence of the specific patron that they are assigned to, so that's where their armor, differs from dynasty to dynasty. So again, they sometimes trade away the War Scythe, which will usually slow a squad down. But again, it depends on what they're going up against. For example, the shield can interlock with other shields to create force barriers that protect them from anything up to and beyond the deadliness of a siege shell or even the blast of a powerful defense laser. But no matter what weapon they have, whether it's the shield and hyperphase sword or the almighty war scythe, a Necron Lychguard will usually kill their enemy in a single dismembering strike. And because of this, since they do retain some of their personality, they take pride in their work. They are perfectionists. They seek to kill their enemies with the most efficient of attack, and they are left standing still while the battle rages around them, and they're usually surrounded by piles of their enemies. Anything less than an immaculate strike is cause for shame to the Lychguards, some of who will go so far as to seek out their sovereign and ask for forgiveness. Now this is something that's very new to me. I've dove into the Necron lore quite a bit, and I've never really felt that the Necrons were they didn't really exhibit these type of emotions. Usually when you think of Necrons, you think of the living metal tide. Like you see a bunch of Necron warriors just marching towards their enemy, taking hits, but not really slowing down. If they do go down, they're going to rebuild themselves, but to ask for forgiveness, to be perfectionists, that's a little out there, and it's a little hard for me to wrap my brain around it. But again, they do retain parts of their personality. They are bodyguards, which makes sense that they're trying to please their lords. So, do you, Necron Lychguard, do you. Now, it makes perfect sense to say that the Lychguard is one of the greatest Necron threats to an Imperial military force. Even the mighty weapons of the Adeptus Astartes are hard-pressed to damage the living metal frame of a Lychguard, while a Lychguard's weaponry and abilities can take down a Space Marine in a single blow. Perhaps what makes these warriors even more dangerous is that they have a capacity to be seen amongst the ranks of the Necron dynastic armies. Like most Necrons, Lychguard have an unerring recollection of the most effective combat tactics ever devised. Unlike their lesser Necrons, though, the Lychguard are perfectly capable of deviating from these tactics and stratagems when necessary in order to adapt quickly and efficiently to these new situations. And thus the Lychguard are also capable of leading Necron legions in the absence of their lords. Space Marines and other Imperial forces combating Lychguard have to contend with an enemy that is more than a match for nearly any Astarte in single combat, and thus can form an effective response to even the most unexpected routes of attack. Lychguards are then even further bolstered because they can be deployed onto the battlefield via night scythe transports, providing their support wherever it is needed most. So essentially, they can go anywhere at a quick rate. They can lead the Necrons. They've got that super tough armor. They've got weapons that can kill Space Marines in a single blow. So yeah, trust me when I've said that these guys are the best of the best that the Necrons can offer. So I talked about their weaponry, but now let's get a little bit more in depth to their war gear. So Necrons, like all other Necrons, they have necrodermis, which is a sentience of a metallic body. It's living metal. To put it simply, it's metal that's alive, and it's made of tiny, tiny parts that become larger and stronger and more durable and can even repair themselves from, pretty bad wounds. So now let's talk about the War Scythe. The War Scythe is a traditional weapon of Necron nobility, and it's been used by these warriors for eons. A War Scythe is an energy-bladed battle staff. The energy that encompasses the War Scythe allows it to cleave straight through almost anything with ease. Heavy and ungainly, these weapons are only effective in the hands of the untiring Necron combatant, for it is too heavy to be wielded effectively by almost any other race. And now let's talk about the Hyperphase Sword and Dispersion Shield combo. So this Hyperphase Sword is a weapon outfitted with monomolecular agitators that excite the constituent molecules of this blade, allowing it to oscillate between quantum states and thus cutting through almost any material with ease. This sword has destructive capabilities comparable to the other races' power weapons, just much stronger. The Dispersion Shield is a force barrier that is projected off and can be used to fend off both close combat attacks or to repel incoming enemy fire. Unlike the Brutish Storm Shield, this is much more refined and it allows to basically have incoming fire not just stop, but kind of like repel and kind of be directed elsewhere, turning the opponent's firepower against them. And with that being said, we have come to the end of yet another epic 40 Facts video. Let me know what you guys think of these skeletal warriors, the bodyguards of the Necron tier nobility, the Lychguard. In my opinion, they're awesome. They just look so menacing, like a hulking Necron warrior. Definitely love the war scythe. The shield just looks more badass than anything. Necrons have really tough units. Trust me, because our buddy plays Necrons, and if you watch our latest battle report, it is a 3-way battle report. I'm playing Chaos, Gershwin is playing Skitarii, and our buddy's playing Necrons, and he wields, I believe it's 2 units of Lychguard, and they do work. Trust me on that. So go check out that battle report. If I remember to, I'll link it at the end of this video. And yeah, stay subscribed because we are nearing another giveaway. If you head on over to our Facebook page and give us a like, it'll get us closer to 3,500 likes. That's crazy. And with that being said, we will be doing a giveaway on Facebook. I'm not 100% sure what that giveaway will be, but I'm kind of leaning towards a start collecting box. So if you always wanted to jump into 40K, go check out our Facebook page. We try and post each and every day. Like for example today I posted that I copped that copy of Deathwing, so again guys, check it out for more 40k content. And yeah, that's all I've got. So this is the Sound Alchemist, and I'll catch you guys next time.